AJ Colby is in for Matt Wintz to track the very latest. So what's going on out there, AJ?
Well, of course, the lake effect snowflakes expected to fly today, as you mentioned, although there is a little lull in the action right now. Quite interesting. Primary, secondary snow belts will be involved, and this will likely go right on through Tuesday morning. Now, it's not going to be snowing the entire time, as is the case currently, and many communities aren't really going to see much of an impact at all outside of the snow belt areas. Satellite radar composite showing the area of snow off to the east that has been in a diminishing mode. I suppose you get one gigantic snow band to split off into multi-banded snow bands that we see right now. Actually, they look like stripes, and you can see that starting to occur. Now, there was a brief lull, but I do think that this is starting to rev up again out over the lake. We'll show you some of the more local impacts here shortly, but over the Great Lakes, several weather disturbances, little troughs of low pressure rotate around the main upper low around James Bay. So this is a look at our plume of lake effect snow from earlier that diminished. Now it's light snow, Chester down to Newberry and east of Mentor. Now out of the Euclid area. There was snow a little bit earlier, but that has diminished quite rapidly. And even folks off to the east, including Chardon, have quieted down quite substantially. Not for long, though. That's not going to be the case through the day. 29 in Cleveland, 24 out at Medina. Feels like 14 there currently, a 15-degree wind chill at Akron currently, and a very slow climb. Slow and steady, close to 30 eventually. Coming back, we've got the full forecast, including how much snow may fall over this extended period. Isabel?
Traffic is brought to you by reliable snow plowing specialists. Visit us now at snowfighterswanted.com for more information and to become a snow fighter.
5:32, let's go ahead and take a look at your roads. Heading into downtown Cleveland, I-90 at Kenilworth Avenue. I mean, aside from a little dusting maybe on the roofs or the sides of the road here, you wouldn't really even be able to tell it's snowed much in the downtown Cleveland area. Not the case if you head further out on I-90 towards the east side here. Look at this. I grabbed the screen grab from an ODOT camera just a few minutes ago. You can see the roads are actually looking pretty clear here, but a whole lot of snow in the medians and on the sides of the road. You can see reflected in the headlights here. A little slick too. The roads might be wet. Of course, if they freeze, it's going to be extra slick, so please do be careful. Still take it nice and slow. The east side here is really going to be what's going to give you some slowdowns here. Went ahead and tracked some road speeds for you on I-90. Things are picking up this morning, 65, 62, 63 along this corridor here eastward. So that's looking good. Also here just south of that, I wanted to look at Route 6 here. Things slightly different here. This is closer to the Chardon area, right? 40 miles per hour, 42 miles per hour. Just a few moments ago, I was seeing in the 30 mile per hour range there. So just be aware that the road speeds are variable depending on the weather conditions, and make sure you're driving safely out there. Matt?
Okay, Isabel, thank you. And we have a team of reporters tracking the latest conditions for you. Candace Hare, live in Madison this morning. I know you were driving around earlier, Candace. What should drivers know?
I can tell you what, there's a few things that they should know, Matt. Again, I am in Madison, and first and foremost, I want to give you a look at the type of snow that we're seeing out here. If you take a little bit of a look here, it's a very loose, very powdery, and I think that's important to know because we know not all snowy conditions are created equal. I also want to give you a look behind me if you're able to see. We're near a car dealership, and you can just see the amount of snow that is accumulated there on top of some of those vehicles, and it just gives a little bit of perspective of what we've seen over the past couple of days here in Madison. So you saw those highways that we've been on them. For the most part, they've been clear, but you don't have to get very far off the road to see exactly how much snow this area has received. I can tell you, though, going on all the roads out here, things for the most part look good. We have started to get a little bit of a dusting, though, out here, so things are beginning to pick up a bit. I heard AJ saying maybe things revving up over the lake. We're starting to feel a little bit of that here in Madison, but we will keep you posted when we come back to us. We're going to give you an up close and personal look at exactly how much snow this area has been getting, so stay with us for that.
Okay, Candace, thank you very much. We'll check back in a little bit and continue our team coverage. David Greenberg is on Cedar Road in Beachwood this morning. David, what are things like out there?
Yeah, Matt, good morning. Yeah, we're, as you said, here on Cedar Road in Beachwood, just past the Beachwood Mall, passing a Cleveland Clinic area here. And again, as you can see, conditions here really nothing too concerning out here this morning. Just some wet roads. You can see the reflections coming off of the camera here. We're about to head on to 271 once again, and I mean, I would consider this to be a dusting. I think folks in this area got pretty lucky in terms of the snow that we could have gotten. Really nothing impactful. I mean, you can still see the grass. So if you're waking up this morning on the east side in the Beachwood, Pepper Pike area, consider yourselves lucky considering what could have been, and especially what we saw out in our eastern counties. But again, as you can see here, this is the on-ramp on 271 that we're about to head on, and it looks pretty cleared. Both lanes cleared, merging onto the highway. So just very lucky. ODOT has, again, been working real hard to make sure that they've been clearing this stuff off, working those 12 hours on, 12 hours off, been salting to make sure that once this snow comes in and it turns to water then and it melts off, that it doesn't turn into any ice. But again, we'll stick on 271 here, just kind of give you a little bit of a glimpse of what we're dealing with, but really nothing too impactful out here, and really haven't seen many other ODOT trucks out yet. Seen a lot more private snowplow trucks that have been working to clear out parking lots and private properties, but nothing really in terms of public crews that have been out working. But I'll send it back to you, Matt, right now. Again, folks here in Beachwood, the Beachwood area on this eastern part of the city are pretty lucky right now with just a dusting.
Okay, David Greenberg live for us. We appreciate that, and we put together a guide for everything you need to know to stay safe. That includes the latest warnings from our weather team and the National Weather Service, live updates to your forecast, snow accumulations. That is all on WKYC.com.